The fall of Adam and Eve. In the Garden of Eden, everything breathed peace and fullness. Trees offered ripe fruit without effort. Rivers sang softly, and Adam and Eve walked beside God like dear friends in easy conversation. There was no fear, no shame, no secrets. Everything was very good. But a different voice appeared among the creatures, the serpent, the craftiest of all that God had made. It didn't come with threats or shouts. It came with a seemingly simple question, loaded with subtle poison. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Eve answered, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." The serpent didn't openly deny God's command. It twisted it gently. "You will not certainly die, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Those words fell like a seed into a fertile soil of curiosity. The woman looked at the tree. Its fruit seemed good for food, pleasing to the eye, and desirable for gaining wisdom. She took some, ate it, and gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. In that instant, the veil of innocence tore. Their eyes were opened, not to greater light, but to the nakedness that had never bothered them before. Shame flooded their hearts like a cold wind. They grabbed fig leaves, sewed them hastily, and made coverings for themselves. The garden, once a home of total trust, now felt like a place where hiding was necessary. At dusk, they heard the sound they loved, the Lord God walking in the garden. Before, they would run to meet him. Now they hid among the trees. God called with a calm voice that pierced the silence. "Where are you?" Adam answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." God asked the woman, "What is this you have done?" She answered, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Then came the consequence, not with destroying fury, but with the seriousness of one who loves and corrects. To the serpent, God declared it would crawl on its belly, eat dust, and there would be enmity between it and her woman, between its offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. Amid the pain, a promise of future victory. To the woman, he would greatly increase pain in childbearing. In pain, she would bring forth children. Her desire would be for her husband, and he would rule over her. To the man, because he listened to his wife and ate from the tree he was commanded not to eat from, the ground would be cursed. Through painful toil, he would eat food from it all the days of his life. It would produce thorns and thistles. By the sweat of his brow he would eat his food until he returned to the ground, since from it he was taken. Even so, grace did not disappear. God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. A life was taken to cover their shame, a quiet sign that God's love continues even when we fail. Finally, God said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." So he drove them out of the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. He placed cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. What does this story whisper to our hearts? Sin begins when we doubt God's goodness. The serpent planted the idea that he was withholding something good, that his boundaries were a prison rather than protection. And we still hear that whisper, if you do this, you'll be freer, wiser, happier. But the fruit that seems so desirable brings shame, fear, and separation instead of freedom. When we choose the path that ignores God's voice, something inside us breaks. We start to hide from God, from ourselves, from each other. We point blame at others. Shame makes us sew leaves to cover up. But God never stops calling, "Where are you?" It is not a cold accusation, it is an invitation to come out of hiding. The fall is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of a greater journey. God expels to protect, so they would not live forever in a broken state, but He leaves a promise: evil will not win forever. Someone will come to crush the serpent's head. And even in the expulsion, He covers their nakedness with skins, a gesture of care that points to the sacrifice that would one day cover our shame completely. Pause for a moment. Think of a time when you heard the whisper of doubt and chose what seemed good but brought pain. Hear again, where are you? God is still calling. He does not abandon you in your fall. He covers, corrects, promises, and waits. The story of the fall reminds us that failing is human, but hiding is not necessary. The way back always begins with an honest answer to His call. If this story spoke to your heart, don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and follow every chapter of the Bible told as powerful, easy to understand stories. Leave a like, share with someone who needs to hear this message, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episodes. See you in the next chapter.